I think the idea of it is fantastic because people love Witcher 3 so much and the DLCs, and they're looking forward to Witcher 4. And, there's going to be people who are just like, I'd really love to play Witcher 1. I'm looking forward to the Witcher 1 remake because I was never able to play Witcher 1. Um, I did try. I did try. I put the disc into my DVD drive on my PC. I tried to play it, and my computer could not do it.
What do you think of that Ben Starr guy?
Yeah, he's great. I think Ben and I are very similar in some ways. I mean, I'm better looking,
Oh,
obviously.
obviously,
So,
yeah.
you know.
And more talented.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I run faster, I jump higher.
Why the hell though didn't they put you in Cyberpunk? I still don't, but I don't understand that.
And I would have loved for Geralt to have had a little cameo, but he wouldn't have been called Geralt. He would have been called Jerry.
Jerry.
He would have been running, yeah, he would have been running a place called Jerry's Bar and Grill or something like that.
You've got the full
And,
backstory.
Oh yeah. I mean, I thought about this. Yeah, I pitched it to CD Projekt Red, but they didn't go for it. So yeah.
Okay, so what did they say when you pitched it?
Oh, nothing.
Have you thought about, if you're in this game, how you would approach the character? Is that something you've thought about or not?
About Witcher 4?
Yeah.
Oh man, he's just
Ladies and gentlemen, around the globe, Doug Cockle is back on the show. Doug, mate, how have you been? It's a pleasure to have you back.
Yeah, I've been all right. I was looking at our messages, and the last time we spoke, I believe, was in 2023.
Well, the last time I had you on the show was 2020 or 2021, about 5 years ago. I'm
God,
sure
it
we
could be that
spoke.
long.
I'm sure we spoke, but actual interview was about 5 years ago. Can you
5
believe it,
years.
man?
5
Yeah.
years, man. A lot happened in 5 years. So how you been?
I've been good, man. I've been good. How have you been? You've had a health scare, yeah? How's that all been? You all good?
Yeah. Well, as far as I know, it's all resolved. Yeah, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2023. Yes, yeah, 2023. Yeah, February 2023 was the official diagnosis, and I've had a radical prostatectomy and then hormone therapy and radiotherapy since then. So, but my last three blood work screenings have all showed that I'm in the clear at the moment. So I've got my next one coming up in April, I believe it is, and we'll see what that one shows.
So how often do you have to
And then-
check?
Well, now I'm down to every 6 months. So
What was it before?
yeah,
Every what?
it was every 3 months, I think it was, after the latest round of treatments. But those finished about a year and 4 or 5 months ago. So yeah, so now I'm on 6 monthly checkups, see where I'm at. And long as those keep going right, then it'll probably go to 1 year, 1 yearly, and they'll do that for however long they feel necessary, and then eventually I'll be officially in remission. So
It's not taking you out, mate. You're a fighter. This is,
yeah,
you know.
no. There's lots of things that could take me out, but it ain't gonna be prostate cancer.
No,
Yeah,
how,
hey,
yeah.
for those people watching, man, if you're a dude and you're, over the age of 40, you should go get a PSA check, just to be sure. Because I was feeling fine. I was all good, and I had a random screening that I just decided to do, and it showed up, and I was nearly stage 4.
Really? Do you remember seeing that? What your reaction was?
I mean, for me, it was kind of gradual, but I mean, my wife sitting next to me when the urologist confirmed it, she
Mm.
just burst into tears. So,
Mm.
yeah, it wasn't easy because it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Most guys get it during their lifetime. Just most guys don't die because of it. But there are people who do.
Yeah.
So the sooner you catch it, the better chance you have of getting rid of it.
And the treatments were brutal. They were all right. How would you describe them?
Well, the radical prostatectomy was was a surgery, and so
Yeah.
um, it was a proper thing. It wiped me out for about 3 weeks,
Mm,
and then it took a good it took a good year to fully recover from that. I mean, I was up and walking, in 3 or 4 days, but um,
do you mean mentally or physically or both?
uh, mostly physically.
Okay.
Um, yeah, 'cause for
So mentally,
me,
you were fine after the few weeks.
I think I was. Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of health scares growing up and stuff. I had cancer when I was a kid, so the idea of having cancer wasn't new to me. And my dad has prostate cancer. My grandfather had it. Um, my other grandfather had it. So it was like I always knew that it was a possibility for me. It wasn't a big surprise,
Yeah.
um, but it had to be dealt with. So, but guys, deal with it. Ladies, breast cancer screenings, same thing, man. Get in
Mm.
there, get screened, make sure you catch it as early as you can.
Do you think even for someone like me, 32?
Did you say you're 32?
Yeah. Why?
Oh, just because, like I don't know.
You don't believe me, do you? Uh,
Oh, I was wondering if you believed yourself. Maybe it's the Australian accent, but I was like, does he know his own age? Was he 5 years old before he realized that he didn't know what his own actual age was? Like,
yeah, man, 93. I was born in 93. I'll get my driver's license out for you. All right.
no, it's all right. You don't need to prove anything.
This is Agent 47. Subscribe to Dan Allen Gaming. He's a great guy.
I'm a father now of a 1-year-old boy since we
Hey,
last spoke. Thank you,
congratulations.
man. Appreciate it. I know you've got boys.
Yeah, mine are 21 and 23 now, though.
They're a bit older than mine. Um, they how do they feel about because they're older now? How do they feel about Dad's career and him being the Witcher? They don't care
Yeah,
still.
I don't know. They always cared. They always thought it was cool. But I mean, it wasn't like something we talked about in the house.
You never went winds howling, boys. You never.
No, only when I passed gas.
Ah, yeah. So they didn't have. Did they play the games or anything? Hey, Dad, you did a hell of a job, or what?
Yeah, no, no, nobody said that. My oldest played the game all the way through. Yeah, my oldest finished the game.
Oh, he
Um,
did. Okay.
yeah, really enjoyed it. I think he was about 15 at the time. My youngest has never played it as far as I know, but he's aware of it. And when he was younger and he'd bring friends home for the first time, there was always this kind of funny little awkward exchange where he'd introduce his friend to
Yeah.
me, and there was kind of a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's my dad, you know.
What about your wife? Does she find you're all attractive, or what are we talking here?
Oh man, I have no idea. I mean, she finds me attractive. That's all I care about. She, I should
Oh,
ask her. I should ask her.
you should ask her. So she, like my wife, where she just doesn't give an F about the gaming stuff, or what?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's got her own things. She's
Yeah.
not really. She doesn't play games herself. Every
Yeah.
once in a while, she says she wants to, and then I'll set her up on something. Like I set her up on Portal 2 a while back, like 5 years ago, and she played that for a while. I set her up on it's a little narrative game called Memoir Blue. She played that,
Never heard of it,
and
believe it or not.
it was a little indie game that came out, I don't know, about 4 years ago now.
Mm.
And it's a nice little game. It's in the same kind of feeling as What Remains of Edith Finch,
Oh yeah, that was good.
which is a
Yeah,
bit longer. That's a little bit
yeah.
more involved. Memoir Blue, you can play it in about an hour, but it's a beautiful little journey. So yeah, it's about a woman who's grown up now, and she's remembering her childhood and her and her mother's relationship.
Mm.
And she was a competitive swimmer, and her mom kind of pushed her to do that. And so it's all about her feelings about her mom and competitive swimming and growing up. And it's a really beautiful little story.
That
So
reminds me of a game
definitely,
called Gris, which was like a 2-3 hour game.
yes,
Beautiful, beautiful game, Gris.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. I love the Lindy 2 to 3 hour games with a beautiful message and beautiful art. They're kind of my jam. Sound the same.
Yeah, mine too. I like the. I mean, I love a nice thick RPG that takes 200 hours to complete. I love that. But I don't have 200 hours to complete something like that these days. And you, with a 1-year-old, you certainly don't. So I know what you
Oh,
mean. It's really nice to just get on a game sometimes, and in a short afternoon, you can
yes.
finish it and take what it has to offer.
What do you think of Crimson Desert? Have you seen this game? This is the first game that kind of looks akin to The Witcher, like since that Witcher 3, since that release.
Yeah, do you know, I've been seeing chatter about it on social media, but I haven't
Mm.
actually seen any
Yeah.
gameplay or any real anything. So
Mm.
I know the name and I know that people are excited about it,
You've heard of it,
but
yeah.
that's all I know. Yeah.
What do you think of that Witcher 4 tech demo? Beautiful looking thing.
Tech demo. You're not talking about the trailer.
No, I'm talking about the gameplay Unreal Engine 5
Yeah,
gameplay
do you
kind
know,
of footage.
I've only seen a little bit of that. I haven't actually gone and looked at the whole thing. All I've seen is what other people have posted, little snippets of things. I mean, it looks good.
I think CD Projekt Red are going to, after the Cyberpunk stuff, you'd think that they will not, I love Cyberpunk, but obviously it had those bugs and glitches. So I think their next
Yeah.
game will be very sharp. I would have thought, don't you?
Yeah, I imagine. I mean, I don't think that I think Cyberpunk was one of those things where I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for CD
No,
Projekt Red. I'm not
no,
in
this
the
is
inner
your,
workings
yeah.
there. But I imagine that when they put Cyberpunk out, they thought it was ready. Because they're not the kind of company to put something out that they know has issues. Because they delayed the release of Cyberpunk so many times, and I can't remember if they delayed the release of Witcher 3 or not. But they're not unknown for delaying when they feel like it's just not ready yet.
Why the hell though didn't they put you in Cyberpunk? I still don't, but I don't understand that. Have you had a word with anyone there?
No.
But they had freaking Kojima in there as an Easter egg. You can tell me they couldn't put you in? What the hell?
Well, maybe
They're
they
kidding
didn't want to.
themselves.
I know. Well, I would have loved it. I would have loved for Geralt to have had a little cameo, but he wouldn't have been called Geralt. He would have been called Jerry. He
Jerry.
would have been running, yeah, he would have been running a place called Jerry's Bar and Grill or something like that.
You've got the full
And
backstory.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I thought about this. Yeah, I pitched it. I pitched it to CD Projekt Red, but they didn't go for it. So yeah,
Okay,
I
so
was
what did
gonna
they
be.
say when you pitched it?
Oh, nothing.
Just
I
a
mean, I
blank
didn't pitch
stare?
it.
Just a
I
blank.
did, and no, I didn't like go to them with a PowerPoint
Oh, well,
presentation.
that's
You know
where
what I
you
mean?
went wrong, Doug.
I know, I know.
You needed the
I should
art
have
and
dressed in
everything.
the suit. Yeah, I should have dressed in the suit and gone in with concept art. I was gonna.
Yeah, you should have gone with concept art, pitched them, and then you can really branch it out. Oh, and also, I'm a main character. I've got these side quests, and really pitch
Oh
yourself, and
yeah.
bang, you're in. You're in the game.
No,
Got a
I would
romance
have been
option.
happy. I would have been happy to just be Jerry running his bar with his two servers, Trish and Jennifer.
Man, but that would have been one of the great Easter eggs. I feel like, yeah, they missed the ball there because there's so many other Easter eggs. They can't make the excuse that, oh, it would have taken you out of the experience. Well, when I saw Kojima sitting on a fucking couch, that took me out a little bit. You know what I mean? Oh man, how's that company changed since you worked with them to
CD
now?
Projekt?
Yeah.
Oh man, the thing is, I have no idea really because they bring me in to do my thing, and
Mm.
that's so infrequent now that it's like uh the so many things happen. Teams change, the size of teams change. I mean, when I when I first started working with CD Projekt Red way back in, I think it was 2005 or 6, um,
That was
they
much
you know
smaller, right?
they were tiny. They had
Yeah,
they had like
man.
30 employees or something like that.
Jeez.
And now they've got, I don't know the exact number, but it's like over 500. And they've partnered with several other studios for various projects and things like that. So they're a huge thing now. So a lot's changed for CD Projekt Red. And what I love about them though is the basic ethos that they started out with hasn't changed. They want to make games for the players, and they want to make the best games they can possibly make, and they care about that. So they may have grown in size, but in terms of their mission, that hasn't changed at all.
So you don't feel a part of their team in a way, even after all these years? Do you know what I mean? You still feel like a bit of an outsider or what?
Well, voice actors always are a little bit. I mean, it is
Mm.
changing because more and more now developers are realizing the value of involving the voice actors in, particularly in the publicity and
Oh, it's so
marketing
good, man. It's great to see.
exercises. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it, even 10 years ago,
Yeah. Nothing.
nobody brought
No.
the actors in to help with any of that stuff. Now actors are not always, but more often being made an active part of getting word out, and audiences know now, they care about who the actors are in a way that they didn't before.
You know the game
So
Dispatch from last year? You
I,
hear of
I
that
know
name?
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I posted the cast of that game, and 3 million views on YouTube, 6 million views on Instagram, 3 million views on TikTok, just showing the cast. So it,
Yeah.
it does. You're right. They do care. That wouldn't have happened 10 years ago. It wouldn't have got those sort of views. Yeah.
Yeah. So things have changed a lot. I mean, since the
Mm,
last time I talked with you, if it was 2019 or 2020 or whatever,
mm.
um, yeah, things have changed a lot.
Do you know what's funny? I was watching our interview back. I said, when do you think Witcher 4 will come out? You said 5 years from now. Doug, so you telling me it's coming out this year, Doug? Or what? What do you reckon? I
I
feel
didn't know what
like
I was talking about.
yes, you
I was just
do.
going. No, I don't. My experience of games back then was that prior to the point at which I got involved, they'd usually been working on the game for at least 3 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And probably more like 5, from pre-concept to concept to writing, beginning writing and all that stuff. And then I only get brought in, 3 or 4 years into the process. And then it's another couple years after I get brought in before the game usually comes out, if it's something big like that. What do I know?
What do you know? Come on, Doug. I saw you at the
Hey,
Golden Joystick. You looked fantastic,
oh,
by the way. There, did you
oh,
have a
thank you.
stylist or something, or what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's called my wife.
Well, your wife, she's done a fabulous job on you there. You were looking $1 million, man. You
Yeah, I
look,
enjoyed that. I kind of, when I knew that I was going to be presenting at the Golden Joysticks, I was chatting with her one night and I just said, I got to do something different. I can't just wear my old blue suit, you know. I gotta step up my game a little bit here. And we talked about different ideas, and I talked with some of my colleagues in Natural Six. You know, one day I was like, "Oh, guys, I gotta come up with an idea here. I don't know what to do." And Alex was like, "Man, I just have a black suit, and then I change my shirt or something like that, you know." And you know, I was like, "Okay, well that's an interesting thought." And I thought, well, maybe I'll just get a waistcoat, or maybe I'll do something to the jacket. I'll get a new suit, a new black suit, and I'll do something to the jacket. And then I was like, that's going to be an expensive suit. So then we talked about the idea of the tie. And,
Yes.
um, uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and then we have a friend who's a costume designer and technician, and we went to her and said, "Hey, we got this idea. We want to put the Witcher signs on a tie. What do you think?" And she was like, "Yeah, I can do that." So I went to CD Projekt. I said, "Can I get some official um, designs for the signs that I can put on a tie?" And they were like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So yeah, I did this whole thing, and yeah, it
Did
was fun.
the actor behind Ciri was there? Is that the first time that anyone that she was out and about? Like, because I didn't know it was her until then.
Yeah. Well, I only found out a couple weeks beforehand.
Wow. That was like a soft launch or something. What do you call that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a
Well, like I said, developers are now realizing the benefit of involving
yes.
their actors in the process of marketing their games. So this is not from CD Projekt. This was my perception of the whole thing. That was CD Projekt going, you know what? There's a value here in introducing Ciara Berkeley to the world at this point, and just saying,
Yeah.
hey, here's Ciri for Witcher 4. Isn't this cool? So
Have you spoken to her and given her some advice on what she's getting in for? Because I mean, her life
yeah,
will change. I believe it will.
it will mostly for the better. It's not like being
No, no, for the better. Yeah.
it's not like being someone who's just an unknown, and then suddenly you're on every screen in around the world. It's a little bit different than that,
Yeah.
but it will mean a change for her. And she's lovely. She's absolutely lovely. And I said to her, I can't remember exactly what we did. I think we had a phone call before we met. Or maybe we didn't, and I'm conflating things. But at some point, I did say to her, hey, look, if once this game comes out, people are going to know who you are, and they're going to be interested. And if you ever at any point just want to talk about it, or want to ask about my thoughts on anything, please just get in touch. So I probably did offer her some advice, but I tried not to, because everybody's experience is different. I tried more to just make myself available should she have questions or need a shoulder to
Yeah.
lean on,
It's nice of you.
you know. So
Yeah. What advice would you give her? Enjoy it, or what? You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
there's
enjoy it, and there will be people who there already were people who didn't even like the fact that Ciri was going to be the protagonist of Witcher 4, That's what we know now. And people were already going off on that. So they're going to be people who don't like things about the game, or about her performance, or my performance, or CDPR, or there's always people out there who don't like something. But I think the truth is that they're going to make a great game, and the vast majority of people are going to love it, and they're going to love her performance. And then I said to her, "You're going to want to watch your DMs. Don't reply to people on your DMs." I've made that mistake.
everyone watching, we're not confirming anything. We're not, this is all speculation. I just want to make that very clear. I don't want any fucking headlines. But the have you thought about, if you're in this game, how you would approach the character? Is that something you've thought about or not?
About Witcher 4?
Yeah.
Oh man, he's just Geralt.
So you're just ready to go anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, it's a collaborative thing, you know. So the writers will have strongly considered that. You
Mm.
know, that's their job, really. My job is to take what the writers give me and then make it work. Not that it wouldn't work normally, but you know, to bring it to life. Um, so yeah, I'm sure the writers for Witcher 4 have strongly considered where Geralt is at this point. And then,
Yeah.
you know,
Have you ever talked about your time on Band of Brothers?
I'm sure I have. I mean, most of the people who want to talk to me these days want to talk about games, but yeah, I was in Band of Brothers many long years ago.
What was that like? I mean, do you remember much of it? It was probably a while ago now, wasn't it?
I remember a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, it was really cool for me. It was a very different experience from what most of the principal cast experienced. Um, because I wasn't, I don't know what I was exactly. I was like number 47 or 52 or something like that on the cast list. So,
Yeah.
uh,
The
I
pressure's off
wasn't in
again.
all, yeah, and I wasn't in all the time. I wasn't part of the boot camp thing that all the main 20 or 30 characters went through.
Mm.
Um, I didn't do any of that stuff. But I had a great time doing the shoot. The guys were all really nice to me, you know, really welcoming and inclusive and you know, just keeping me in the loop and stuff. Um, but for me, it was a really interesting process because I auditioned for Band of Brothers really early on, and then the casting director in London, she was like, right, well, you're a bit too old for most of these characters, but you're good, and I need some help. And so she hired me, depending on where they were at in the casting process. She hired me to come in 2 or 3 days a week and read opposite the actors in
Wow.
London who were auditioning for the show.
That's cool.
And so I
Yeah.
got to sit and watch all these wonderful actors come through their first, second, third, and eventually their final auditions in front of executive producer Tony Toe. Um,
Wow. Did anyone
and
spark your eye? Anyone, you know?
well, yeah, lots of people. I mean,
Mm.
it's hard now for me to name names
Yeah,
because
I know.
you know it's so long ago.
I
But you
can't
know, there
remember what I
were
had for breakfast yesterday, so you're doing well. So-
yeah, I remember Shane. I can't remember his surname, but Shane, who played Doc Rowe. I
Oh
remember
yeah.
him coming in and specifically to audition for Doc Rowe in like his second or third audition, and having a go at the not Cajun, that specific dialect. I can't remember what it's called now. That deep Louisiana
Mm.
Bayou kind of accent, and he was doing all right with it. It was, you know, it wasn't perfect, but that's why, you know, he got cast because he did a really good job without the benefit of a dialect coach or anything. And then I remember this guy who I think did get cast as Muck, and I think it's Muck who in the show sits down out on the tarmac the night before they all get on the planes and go over and everything, and he's basically talking about all the kit that he's packing into his bag. And I remember thinking, watching this guy come in and do that audition, and it was a piece of beauty in many ways because there was so much equipment to remember, and he just did a fabulous job. And I remember sitting there, and I was reading the lines opposite him, and I was just like, "This dude's on. He's gonna get this."
Yeah, you can
And
just tell, can't you, sometimes?
sometimes
Yeah.
you can, yeah,
Mm. You
and
can feel the
sometimes,
energy in the room.
yeah, and sometimes you can't. You know, sometimes somebody will be fantastic, but you know, in
Doesn't
the
fit.
end, it's down to this actor or this actor, and this actor has green eyes, and that's what they want. You know, sometimes it's
It is a bit
down to
vain
that simple
sometimes. Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard you say once that the best performance you've ever seen was Whoopi Goldberg in The Color Purple, right?
it's one of my favorites.
One
Yeah,
of your favorites, yeah. So let's turn that to games. What would you say your top performances you've ever seen are in games?
that's a tough one. I don't know, man.
It's all right.
There's so many great
That's all right.
performances. Pretty much all of the main cast of Baldur's Gate 3 were fantastic.
Except the guy that
Just
played Baal, he was a bit off, don't you think?
oh yeah, well, that's he only had like 10 lines, you know.
I actually had no
So
idea it was you, by the way. No idea. So well done. You got me there. Um,
yeah, oh,
yeah, no,
thanks.
you're
Yeah,
right.
well,
Baldur's Gate 3, they were phenomenal, that cast. Yeah, you were right.
yeah, it was great. Claire Obscure, fantastic cast.
Mhm.
Um, God, What Remains of Edith Finch. I just thought that I don't even know who it is. The woman who played Edith Finch
Yeah.
was fabulous. Um, Abu Bakar Salim in Assassin's Creed Origins was great. Um, God, I mean, the list can go on and on, you know?
What do you think of that Ben Starr guy? Final Fantasy, he did all right, I heard.
Yeah, he's great. I love Ben. Ben's my kind of actor. I think Ben and I are very similar in some ways. I mean, I'm better looking,
Oh,
obviously,
obviously,
but,
yeah, yeah.
you know,
Obviously.
And more talented.
And more
yeah,
talented.
of course.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, all that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much
Bigger
everything. You're better
Willie.
than him at everything, but besides,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I run faster, I jump higher, I can eat more tacos in one sitting than him. It's all that stuff. But
You're
yeah,
funny,
no,
aren't
I
you?
love Ben.
Yeah.
Ben's great.
No, he's great. That reminds me of that viral clip that went around of you of Natural Six. Man, that was powerful. That clip. You know what I'm talking about.
Are you
Um,
talking about the it was episode 22, I think, that you're talking about. And yeah, the bit where my character Kelness is talking to his spectral parents.
can you walk me through that? Like heading into that, did you know that was going to happen? How that all turned out? Like, because it felt like such an authentic moment. Everyone's getting emotional. Um,
Yeah.
talk to me about how that kind of culminates into that moment.
Harry, the DM, always has a plan. And we, the players, are always, you know, on the verge of messing up his plan because that's how it works in D&D.
Yeah, yeah.
But I knew I knew that session because of what had happened the previous session and several sessions before that. I knew that something was going to happen in this tower, but I didn't know what. So when we got to the point where um, that video that's been so well received, when we got to that point, that was not what I was expecting, and it was very much a case of it always is a case of all of us improvising. We all know our characters. We all know their backstories. We all trust Harry to take us on this journey. We're all interested in telling the story, and four of the six of us are professional actors, and two of the six of us, although they're not professional actors, they are entertainers in their own right, and good ones. So we all know kind of what we're going for in terms of telling a great story. But in that moment, that's a really good example of how we we play well together.
Mm.
We trust each other to to do the yes and. In improvisation, it's yes and. Someone gives you a thing to run with, you don't shut it down, you run with it.
Hmm.
Yes, and then I do this. And we're very good at yes anding with each other and giving each other the space to do that kind of thing. I think we're all very aware that we're not just there to play D&D. We're not just there to have a laugh. We're there to tell a great story. And sometimes that means that you have to step back and give other people the floor. And and that doesn't mean not be active in the storytelling. It just means recognizing when something crucial is happening and let it run. And I think that moment is a really good example of that happening. I mean, it was It was a wonderful moment. It was, for me, it was really scary because I kind of knew something was going to happen, but I had no idea what it was. And then we got to that point, and I was like, okay, we're here, and you just have to dive in. I think all of us have built character backstories that we are fully invested in. So for me, in that moment, there was the emotions that you perceive are real
Mm,
because in that moment, I was feeling stuff. I wasn't trying to manufacture anything other than to remember that there are certain aspects of this story that we have to maintain and
yeah.
and keep moving forward. And Harry is great at facilitating that. He's so good at helping us as the players to continue telling that story. Um, so no, and I think, I mean, as an actor, I have certainly manufactured emotion. You have to sometimes as an actor because you can't
Sometimes it's not
feel.
there. Yeah, it can't always be there,
No,
can it?
no, and there are technical ways to help produce the sense of emotion even when it's not 100% there. And some of those techniques can help you get there again. But
This wasn't that.
this wasn't that. This was very much, I didn't have to repeat that. I was experiencing it
Uh,
truly for the first time.
yeah, it felt authentic from everyone. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it
That's
was.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was. It was very much authentic. We didn't know that that was going to happen.
yeah.
So it happened organically in that moment.
Is that your most proud moment of that Natural Six sort of D&D campaign?
It's one of them. It's one
Yeah,
of them. Yeah, there's some more coming up that I think
that aren't
I
out yet.
think yeah, that aren't out yet that I think people are going to enjoy. And not just from me, from other characters as well. You
Mm.
know, there's a everybody, the entire Natural Six gang, we've all had some really beautiful moments. Everybody's had a chance to shine. Um, except for Ben. Ben is still a bit of a mystery. I mean, he has shined, but his backstory is still very shrouded. So we've got a lot of learning.
Was that planned or just turned out like that?
It's kind of just turned out like that. I mean, I think Harry is guiding to a certain extent. I know Harry is guiding to a certain extent how things are revealed, but he's doing that based on how we respond.
Mm.
So he doesn't have the next 12 episodes planned out. What he has is, I mean, sometimes he changes, he'll change where we go and what we do based on what we do.
Yeah.
But he has the broad overview of the world and the places where we could go and the things that we could do. And he's clever enough to be able to go with the shit we throw at him.
I've actually never played D&D. I really want to.
Oh,
I know it's bad.
that's the man.
I hear this thing in the community, this Matt Mercer effect. Have you heard of this? Where
Yeah, I have.
because he's such a good DM,
Yeah.
he had to come out and say something like, "Guy, I don't know what it was, but basically, yeah, I've been doing this for 20 something years. Like, no, you know what I mean? It takes time to be this good." Without bragging, he wasn't bragging or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
It was being realistic. I had no idea that was an actual thing.
Yeah, well, the beautiful thing about D&D is that, as Harry said to me once when we were discussing something about my character Kelnis's backstory,
Yeah.
um, he said to me, Doug, it's all just hand waving in the end, anyways. So we can decide whatever we want. It's a it's a story we're making up on the fly, you know?
Yeah. Thank you for your time today, man. Just a couple more before we let you go. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Um, what are you playing right now?
Right now, I am playing Cat Quest 3. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
beautiful
So you're
game.
in one of those moods. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving it though because it's lighthearted. It's an RPG, but it's lighthearted. It's fun. The writing is cute and clever. Um, it's just a fun game.
It is.
I
It
don't have to
is.
think too hard about it, and I can just enjoy it, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so that's what I've been
So
playing
what's
lately.
next on the hit list?
Oh my God, Dan, I've got so many games I want to play.
I think you just
I
have to give
haven't.
up at some point, Doug, and say, I'm not getting to these games. You have
Well,
to.
yeah, I do.
You
I
have to. Yeah,
do.
good. Thank God.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
played about, I don't know, 16 hours of Final Fantasy 16, and I did it purely because I'm not a Final Fantasy fan. Sorry, guys.
You did it
I
for
never got
Ben.
into Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
but I did it for Ben because I wanted
Oh,
to,
that's a
at
good
least
friend.
sense of his performance.
Yeah.
So I'm about 16 hours in on that, but I think now I haven't played any of it for about, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. I have a feeling I may never go back to it.
And
I
it's
have
all
not
because of
played.
his performance, how bad it was. Yeah.
How about- No, I loved his
No, he
performance
was
actually.
great. He was
Great.
fantastic. And so
Um,
was
all
continue,
right.
Doug, while I
But
look this up.
there's a game I'm in and I don't know if I'll ever play it. I
Yeah.
want to. I just don't have the time to give to it.
Yeah.
And that's called The Altars. And my good friend
Oh.
Alex Jordan from Natural Six, he plays Yondolski in it. And Yondolski, if you know the altars, if you don't know
Oh.
the altars, I'll tell you about it. If you know the altars, you know what I'm talking
No, it's
about.
a great game.
He plays like 16 or 20 different versions of himself.
Yeah.
So he has to play Yandolski as the biologist. He has to play Yandolski as the pilot, Yandolski as the chemist, Yandolski as the, all these different Yandolskis who are the same person because they're all clones, but they all have to be the same person, but all different people because they're all different. So he's amazing in it,
And you're in it.
and I'm in the game.
Who do you
I'm
play, or is that a
Maxwell.
spoiler?
No, it's not a spoiler. It's out. I play Maxwell. I play one of the guys back on Earth who's kind of trying to help Yen sort himself out.
Oh,
And
wow.
I have a feeling I may never get around to actually playing the game.
Yeah.
I want to. I really want to. And it's loaded on my Steam Deck. I'm ready to go. It's
Yeah.
in the dock,
Yeah.
but I just haven't been able to start it yet. And I'm like, I know I'm going to start it. And I'm going to play like 20 hours, and then something will pull me away, and I'll never quite get back to it. There's about 50 games, maybe more than
Maybe
that I've get back to that with.
maybe you need to just say, I'm gonna do 1 or 2 hours and that's it for all of these games. You know what I mean? Unless it really hooks me, I'm just gonna dip my toe and leave.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing with that is if you only do 1 or 2 hours, then you're not even past the tutorial.
I know, but at least you could say you've played it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
that's
less
true.
daunting. The actor was Ralph Ineson. Have you heard of him? He's a
No, I
brilliant
haven't.
actor. You,
But Dan,
you would know
the
him. You would know
pitfall.
this guy.
No,
You don't know him? Wow, I'm
no, I don't know
shocked.
him.
Yeah. He was in The Green Knight, The Witch, Fantastic Four, plenty of games. Yeah. He was great.
Yeah.
Um,
There's lots of actors I don't know. But Dan, the pitfall
yeah.
of playing a game for like 2 or 3 hours or even 20, and then never getting back to it, and then saying that you played the game is that someone's going to ask you how you finished.
Well, you can look up the ending and just pick one if they're multiple choice. I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
and they could also ask you like, so Doug, when you got to this choice, what choice did you make? You know
Do
what I
they
mean?
they ask you all the time on The Witcher 3 that, don't they? All that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sure of
Like,
it.
can you
Yeah.
imagine, like, if I had never played The Witcher 3, I mean, it would be hard to actually answer this wrong because as the actor,
Well, you've
I
done it.
do
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
yeah. But if I didn't actually know something, like if someone asked me, so Doug, Yen or Triss, and I just went, who? What no credibility, no credibility anymore. I'd rather just admit that I haven't played something.
Oh man, did you ever beat the DLCs for Witcher 3? Because last
No,
time you still haven't.
no,
Oh my god.
I know.
You're a
I've played
shocker, man.
through. I've played
Oh,
through the entirety of the main game. I've
well, that's pretty
started
good.
Hearthstone, and I've accidentally dipped into Blood and Wine, but I
What do you
haven't
mean
actually.
accidentally?
Well, because I actually accidentally, I can't remember exactly how you do it now, but I accidentally went through a door somewhere that took me into the Blood and Wine game before I had gone even a third of the way
Uh,
through Hearthstone. So yeah, and then I had to backtrack. I had to go backwards so I could be back in Hearts of Stone.
oh,
Yeah,
you're funny, man.
that's just reality, and I've
Oh,
I don't want to disappoint any developers or anything like that. It's
no,
just the
no,
reality
no. It's a
of
time
life.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a time thing.
Do you know, I asked you 5 years ago as well. I said, what do you think of a Witcher remake? And you said, these are your words. You said, they don't need to do it. Um, I don't think it's necessary. Now, do you still think that way now? How do you
For
feel
Witcher
these?
3?
No, Witcher 1 and 2 remake.
Well, remember we were talking 5 years ago.
Yeah. That's why I'm
So,
asking. Has your opinion changed?
well, my opinion now is that CD Projekt have announced that a Witcher 1 remake is happening.
Yeah, that's why.
And I,
Yeah.
and I think it's great.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about it beyond what has already been officially, announced by
No, no, I'm
CDPR.
not asking that. I'm asking
But
what has your
no, no, no.
opinion
I know.
changed? Yeah.
I'm just saying. I only know as much as anybody else does. But I think the idea of it is fantastic because people love Witcher 3 so much and the DLCs, and they're looking forward to Witcher 4. And there's going to be people who are just like, I'd really love to play Witcher 1. Um, maybe they played Witcher 1, the original one, and they'd love to just play it because if I understand correctly, the
Yeah.
com- the the company that's remaking Witcher 1, they're doing it in Unreal Engine 5, and it might be a bit more open world. This is all rumor, of course,
Yeah.
far as
This
I
is
know,
all
but
speculation. Yeah.
it's all speculation. But anyways, um, having a remake of that very early effort at Witcher 1, I think is going to be fantastic. I think it'll bring more people into the Witcher world. That's what's important, so that more people will, just enjoy this world originated by Sapkowski, the author of the books. And
Mm.
if the games can be an inroad to that, then I think that's fantastic. Um, I'm looking forward to the Witcher 1 remake because I was never able to play Witcher 1. Um, I did try. I did try. I bought the game and I put the disc, because back then it was discs. I put the disc into my DVD drive on my PC, and I tried to play it, and my computer could not do it. The specs for the game were so high at
Oh,
the
yeah,
time.
they were. When was this? 2003? Have I got that right?
No,
No, later.
I think the Witcher 1 game came out around 2007 or 8.
7. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So, and I
wasn't
had
much
a
of a PC gamer then either. Yeah.
yeah, well, I was a PC gamer, but I wasn't like high end. I was playing Neverwinter Nights quite happily on my PC, but The Witcher was well beyond its capabilities,
Yeah.
and I just haven't had the time to go back and play Witcher 1. Um, but hopefully when the remake comes out, I'll be able to boot it up and have a go.
Man, I do wonder. I know you can't say anything. I do wonder if they will redo lines or just use the ones you've already done because I don't know. Like a lot of games will just use the archive voice for these remakes.
Yeah,
Um,
I have no idea.
yeah,
Um, uh,
yeah, I know. I know. I do wonder.
no, no,
So
I was gonna say, Dan, you're actually really good at speculating on things that might make me spill some beans.
no, we're
But the
not. We're
truth
not
is,
trying to do that.
but
Uh,
you are,
I'm
you
trying
are
to.
unconsciously. But
I know unconsciously, yeah. I actually want
But
you to. I want you to be able to say things without getting in trouble, if you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, I do. Yeah,
yeah,
thank you for that.
it's just
Um,
annoying, but
the truth is, nobody's reached out to me about doing any lines for the Witcher 1 remake, so I know nothing.
mm,
Um, but
yeah.
I hope they do because it would be fun to do that.
So you're not going to dip into these Witcher 3 DLCs before 4? You're not going to
Well,
make that commitment with yourself?
no, I'm a busy guy, man.
Oh man, at least you're honest. At least you're honest.
Well, the thing is, I would love to, but um, part of the problem in the past 7 or 8 years, well, 10 years actually,
Yeah.
is that I've been a BAFTA judge, a BAFTA Games judge, quite a few times.
Are you still a judge or not?
Well, it changes from year to year. You're not
Ah,
always,
okay.
it's not once a judge, always a judge. It's,
Okay.
some year because you have to kind of put yourself forward and say, "Hey, I'm interested in doing this year." And then
Yeah.
sometimes they come back to you and say, "Great, you're on," and sometimes they don't get back to you. And
Yeah.
but I've done it 3 or 4 times now, and every time I do it, I have to play like 60 games, enough to be able to judge. And eventually, I have to fully play or play enough. The what 10 or 12 shortlisters before doing the final nominations and winner. Um, and so that's a lot of gameplay time. So, I sacrifice a lot of personal and professional time to do that. And then I have to spend a year kind of getting back into the good graces of my wife and kids.
Oh, yeah. And that's not a paid thing, is it? Like,
Mm-mm.
you don't get paid for doing that.
No, it's entirely voluntary.
Did you win a BAFTA or did you get nominated?
I was nominated for Blood and Wine.
Not for the main game.
No,
You're kidding. So you
no,
got
I'm
nominated
not.
for the DLC and not the main
Hmm.
game. Oh,
Hmm.
that must have been different back then. I think it'll be different. Yeah. I don't. I'd love to know who was up that year, 2016.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
Nolan North, was it? For Uncharted?
uh,
Oh no, hold on.
the,
2015,
the
wasn't
the
it?
year I was nominated,
2015.
uh,
Yeah.
the one I remember because she won
Yeah.
was I can't remember the actor's name. It was the woman who voiced the main narrator for Everyone Goes to the Rapture.
Oh, well, that was a
She
good
won.
game. That was a good game.
It was a good game.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a good performance too.
yeah.
Um,
And one
agreed.
of the other actors nominated that year in the same category was, again, I can't remember her name. I can see her face. I just can't remember her name, but it was for that wonderful. She was the only one in the game. It was all videotapes of her being interviewed about a crime.
Oh yeah, that was brilliant. I know exactly what
Yeah,
you're talking about. It's escaping me. Um,
the game
I know
itself
exactly
won
what you're
like
talking about.
3 or 4
Yeah,
BAFTAs.
little indie game. Yeah, she was
Yeah,
brilliant. Yeah. Thank you for your time, Doug. I appreciate just shooting the shit with you again, man. It's been too long. Um,
yeah,
I hope you enjoyed yourself. I mean, I don't know what we talked about. It was just basically two friends kind of coming together. Um,
yeah. It's been great.
it's
It's
a
been,
blur.
and hopefully someday, Dan, I'll get down to do a convention or two down in Australia, and
I
then maybe we
know.
can do this live. We can hang out, in a space together and
That'd be great.
crack a couple cold ones or a beer or a coffee or whatever,
Yeah.
and have a lovely chat.
Last one. Well, any advice, fatherly advice? You've got two older ones. I've got a young one now. What's your one father to another advice?
God, there's so much I could say. Man, I would say, looking back now, I've learned this through doing it. I don't remember if anybody told me this when I had a toddler. Um, but love them for who they are and set boundaries, be a parent, obviously. Don't let them touch the hot stove, don't let them run out into the road, all that kind of stuff. But just love them for who they are, whatever that means, whoever they end up being. Because they're going to be that whether you want them to be something else or not. So just try to recognize, try as a parent to recognize where the child is just becoming who they're meant to be and give them room to do that.
That's great advice, man.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. And good luck with all that. I tell you what, man, I have tried my best to be the best parent I can possibly be, and I don't always get it right. And there's a lot of things that I thought were the right way to do things, or the way I wanted to do things, that changed out of necessity, in consideration of the child. So don't beat yourself up. Be the best dad you can be. And
There is no perfect dad. He doesn't exist. Yeah.
no, and there's no perfect child either.
No. No, that's right. Thank you, Doug. I appreciate your time. If promise me you'll come back if when that remake comes out, or Witcher 4 or whatever's next.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, let's talk about, another 5 years from now, maybe.
Can we do it sooner than 5 years, Doug? Please. Maybe I need to be clear. Take care, Doug. Appreciate it, mate. Thanks for your time. And follow Doug, guys, Instagram, Natural
Instagram,
Six, Natural
X.
Six.
Yeah, check out Natural Six. Yeah, all that stuff.
Beautiful.